Medieval Europe. Castles towering, knights in valiant combat, and tales of chivalry that spark a longing for time travel. Yet the reality was far from perfect. Bustling markets, lavish feasts, and timeless art-filled life, which was pretty decent amidst the occasional brawls and horrible hygiene practices. Unfortunately, a new terror would arise, striking fear into the hearts of every living soul. Well, almost every soul, with the ancestors of Andrew Tate and Chuck Norris remaining unfazed in its wake, of course. The Black Death, a shadow that fell over medieval Europe without warning, reshaping the continent in ways unimaginable. It wasn't just a disease, it was the ultimate test of survival, indiscriminately challenging every aspect of daily life. As towns grappled with the sheer scale of the devastation, traditional medicine found itself overwhelmed, paving the way for an unconventional hero, the plague doctor. Cloaked in beaked masks and robes, they emerged as symbols of hope, fear, and the desperate human struggle against an invisible enemy. This period marked a turning point, not just in the history of medicine, but in the very fabric of society itself. The role of the plague doctor was born out of sheer necessity during the plague, a time when traditional medical practitioners were either scarce, overwhelmed, or had succumbed to the plague themselves. Communities and towns, desperate for any form of medical intervention, began hiring these specialized doctors. Their primary duty was to treat and advise on plague-related cases, often working under contract to serve the public and not just the wealthy. This emergence signified a pivotal moment in medical history, as plague doctors utilized a mixture of early epidemiological methods and rudimentary, though earnest attempts at curbing the disease, despite their limited understanding of its transmission. The plague doctor's costume was a bizarre yet iconic ensemble, designed to protect them from the bad air believed to carry the plague. Central to the outfit was the beaked mask, filled with aromatic herbs like lavender or mint, thought to purify the air they breathed in. The long waxed leather coat, gloves, boots, and hat were intended to form a barrier against infection. Each piece of the attire was chosen with the intent to shield the doctor from disease, a testament to the rudimentary understanding of disease transmission at the time. Armed with a stick to poke at things they didn't really want to touch, a mask filled with the era's equivalent of essential oils, and the medical expertise of someone who just Googled their symptoms, the plague doctor was ready to face the Black Death head on. Their methods ranged from somewhat logical to the utterly bizarre. Bloodletting was common, as was the use of garlic and onion, believed to draw out infection. Amulets, charms, and a variety of concoctions were also prescribed in an attempt to ward off the deadly disease. Despite their varied arsenal, the effectiveness of these treatments was more often than not questionable at best. The presence of plague doctors not only had a profound effect on the medical landscape, but also left a lasting imprint on the social and cultural fabric of medieval Europe. In a time of widespread fear and uncertainty, these enigmatic figures became both symbols of hope and objects of suspicion. While they were celebrated for their bravery in facing the deadly contagion, they were also viewed with a mixture of fascination and dread. The attire of the plague doctor, with its haunting beaked mask and ominous silhouette, struck a chord of unease among the populace. It was a constant reminder of the omnipresent threat of the Black Death, casting a pall over daily life and fostering a climate of paranoia. Yet, paradoxically, the sight of these masked figures roaming the streets also offered a sense of reassurance, a tangible sign that efforts were being made to combat the epidemic. Moreover, the role of the plague doctor transcended mere medical duties. They became arbiters of life and death, tasked with making difficult decisions in the face of overwhelming suffering. Beyond the immediate impact on public health, plague doctors also left a cultural legacy that endures to this day. The image of the plague doctor has become synonymous with the Black Death itself, serving as a potent symbol of the fragility of human life and the resilience of the human spirit in times of hardship. Today, the figure of the plague doctor remains a haunting relic of a bygone era, a reminder of the horrors endured during one of history's darkest chapters. Their legacy continues to fascinate and intrigue.